Hey there, Starfield fans. Welcome back to another video on Starship building in Starfield. And my name is Daywalker, and I'll be your hostess today. And we're going to tour 3 ships that I've built. I did build one from scratch, which was the Devil's Grasp. That's in another video. But this one came from ships that I bought and then I flipped, basically. So we're going to take a tour. I'm not going to do the actual build part. I will mention what habitats I used and that type of thing as we're walking through it. But I just wanted to kind of show off these ship builds. They're a lot of fun and I'm having a great time. And I just felt like getting it out there so that you guys could check it out too in just kind of a tour fashion. So without further ado, let's start with our first ship. So this ship here is I called it Smokin' Hot. Don't ask me where I get my names. It came from the original ship was called the Abyss Tracker, and I bought it in Paradisu. So we're going to do a quick 360 of the outside here so you can kind of get a view of it. I'm using the builder zoom tool just because it's the easiest way to get a look of the whole thing on the outside. I'll go around. You kind of check out the back. Engine's back here. How the sidecar is attached. I think I made the sidecar a little bit bigger too. I don't think it was quite as long or thick, but I think when I put the habitats in it, it made it a little bit bigger. So that's kind of the outside view. So let's go ahead and escape and go ahead and go inside and take a look at it. So this ship, the primary part of the ship has 4 floors. We're going to enter here on the lowest level. We come into a companionway where this ladder goes from the first to the second level. And it also has the hatch to the docker right here. I try to minimize my ladders and stuff as much as possible just so make it easier to walk around. That's one of 2 ladders. And then you can walk into this engineering. This is a Stroud Engineering 3x1 here in the back. In fact, most of these habitats are all Stroud, so I won't mention that again. I'll just try to tell you what they are as we're walking through. So going ahead and going up to the second floor.
Do you need me somewhere?
We come out into the, this is the living area 2x2 on this floor. So we've got that, it comes right out into here. In this little sub room off of the living area. I like this living area because it's nice and big. It's got the big L-shaped sectional sofa. Plenty of room for your crew and everybody to hang out. As you can see, I've got hangers out here. I see them. Off to this one side here. This is a all-in-one berth 3x1. So it's the long one. It's got plenty of places for everybody to come and take their naps or to hang out. Got the kitchen, the galley area. And then back here, this section here, we've got, this is the second of the 2 ladders. This goes from this floor up to the 3rd floor. And just a little storeroom off to the side here. Let's go ahead and go up. This 3rd floor opens up into a 3x2 mess hall. So this is the big mess hall here. Big kitchen area. I like this mess hall. I think it's very, very well laid out. And if you go through this part of the mess hall, this is where we enter into the wing. We have this passageway here that enters into the sidecar, or the wing of this particular ship. And this area right here is in the wing is a 2x1 living area. It's also a Stroud Eklund. We've got a storeroom up front here. And then in the back, I have my favorite captain's quarters, the Nova Galactic captain's quarters. So I like it because it has the separate bedroom and living area off in the back. So it's I'll use this one almost all the time exclusively. So on this floor, you pretty much have your mess hall and your and some more living space in the wing, some private living space in the wing. I call that first officer and captain's quarters. Coming up here through this storeroom, this is where we enter into the Cabot C4 bridge. Now this has its own stairways, get you up to this part. Got some gorgeous views out these big windows. And this accesses here, the final floor. This is the 4th floor. And we come into the battle station, the 2x2 battle station. On this side, we have the infirmary over here. And then toward the back here, I have the control stations. So we have the control stations right here by the battle stations, kind of like the working floor on this floor, and then obviously out to the bridge. So this is the primary floor. If we're out in space, flying around, fighting bad guys, this is the primary floor that we'll be spending our time on. And then when it's time to pull up and dock and relax, we have plenty of space to hang out and enjoy our favorite meals, and then to kind of rest our weary bones before going outside to adventure into space. So this ship took me quite a long time to get it, the layout for the um, for the habitats, so that I could walk through it. As like I said, I try to eliminate ladders. I try to make it as, laid out as fashionably as I can. And this was a pretty good sized ship with a lot of habitats in it. So I think there was a total of 6, 10, 14, 13 or 14 habitats in this. So it was quite a bit, but I think it turned out pretty cool, and it's smoking hot. It also does okay out in the field. So I think that's what we'll do next. Let's take it for a little flight. Okay, we're ready for takeoff here. I always like to view this process because I think it tells a lot about the ship when you see it take off. You get to see the underbelly and kind of how it's looking as it's taking off into the sky. I think it's kind of cool. And even though this is a big boy, it's no slouch when it comes to combat. Let's go ahead and take a aerial view of it here. I try to keep its mobility, all my systems, I try to keep their mobility as close to 100 as possible, so that they are nimble and can move. Even though this is a big ship, it's pretty nimble as far as its maneuverability. It also has a heck of a lot of firepower on it. So it's a lot of fun. I did slaughter a few ships with this. Let's see. I always like to try this too. This is kind of fun. If you can, we'll just kind of fast travel to one of these. I always like seeing it fly. There we go. Kind of that view as it's going through the sky. It's kind of cool looking. So that is called Smokin' Hot. And that is the tour of our first ship. So I'm going to go ahead and pause and get to the second ship. I'll be right back. Okay, our second ship in this tour is, I've called it Little Masher. Again, don't know about the names, but it used to be the Shield Breaker, and I bought it from New Atlantis. I really have always liked this particular ship and the way it looks, but I didn't like the layout when I got into it, and obviously it needed more firepower. I thought it had a lot of what I wanted, but I ended up doing a lot of changes to it. I'm going to go into this so you can kind of see this up from a bigger view up here. All right, so here's our 360. It looks a lot like the Shield Breaker did. It's got the same basic colorations and styling, but it's a little beefier, I want to say, in the back end. Maybe a little more junk in the trunk. And it's definitely more firepower. I do call it Little Masher, though, because it doesn't have a lot of crew and cargo space. So without further ado, let's go take a look at this from the inside. So we'll start off right here with the ladder entry. And it walks into this storeroom here. Up front here, we've got the control station.
Need my help?
And that control station comes around to this all-in-one berth. This is a Deimos all-in-one berth. And then it opens up into a storeroom on this end. And then you can walk through here. And then here is the ladder that actually goes up to the docking port, which happens to be on top. So that is this side of this room.
What can I do for you?
And then on this side, you have the all-in-one berth here. And there's a storeroom in the back. So that's really it. There's not much to this ship. You come in and you've got your cockpit here. This is the Viking CP220 cockpit. So the cockpit, your exit out of the ship, control station,
This is too big to be stuck in the sun.
your all-in-one berth, and your living quarters. So that's all it is. It's very simple layout, not much to it. But I just like the styling of the ship. So it's more about, on this one, it's fast, it's nimble, it's got good stats. The mobility is at 100, and it's just, it gets the job done, man. It's a little flyer. But that's why I call it Little Masher, because he goes out and mashes everything. So that's ship number 2. Hang on and I'll be right back and I'll show you the next one. And I hope you've been hanging in there watching the video, because this is number 3 and it is my favorite build so far, I think. Plus the ship itself just handles phenomenally and I really like flying it. It's fun. Fancy that it is storming and lightning here in Hyla 2 right now, because the name of this ship is the Stormbringer 5. It was an original Storm Rider that I purchased from the Outpost vendor. And I liked the look of the overall ship, and I tried to keep it as much as possible to look the same. But I definitely smoothed the interior, smooth lined the interior to basically one floor. It's all on one floor and it's very comfortable. No ladders except for one that goes down into engineering on the lowest level. So without further ado, let's take a look at this. Let me bring up the viewer first, and we'll take a look at the 360 view. Again, Storm Rider, which is the original, had a lot of this same look. I think I made it a little bit taller, and I definitely made it beefier. It's definitely got more firepower, more speed. I think the other one was a Class B. This is Class C ship. So a lot of differences here. But I love this ship. This is probably one of my favorite ships now. I mean, I like the other ones. I did a Millennium Falcon from a build that I found on a video, and I loved that one for a long time. And now this one, I think, has got to be one of my favorites. It's simple, but it's fast, it's sleek, and I really just like the overall look of it. So let's go take a look at this thing inside. Won't take long to tour because, like I said, it's all one floor, pretty much. So we're going to enter in through this ladder here. Okay, when you walk into the ship, when you come up through the ladder, you're coming into this 2x1 living area. So it comes directly into this right here, which is really convenient with the Viking CP220 cockpit here. So very convenient to come into the ship and just go straight into the guts of it, basically. And then you have a door to the left and a door to the right. On the left side over here, we have all-in-one berth area here. And then on this side, we have the infirmary. Nice little windows on both sides of that. And then it opens right up behind that into this Teo battle station. It's a 2x2 Teo battle station. And we have
It's good to be out and about.
a control station right next to the battle station on this side. And a storeroom here. This storeroom ladder goes down into engineering. So that's the only ladder in the ship bringing you down into the engineering bay itself. It also is the connection to the hatch, docking bridge. So that being the only ladder in the ship makes it really nice and open. You have an easy way of getting around, and with the ladder kind of being stowed back here in this in that storeroom, makes for the whole rest of the ship just wide open.
It is good to see.
And able to have all this functionality on one floor, you know, with your all your workings here in the back, which maybe I should have put that closer to the bridge, but and then you have all of your living quarters and infirmary and stuff there to the front. So, but this bad boy is kind of fun to fly. I think I actually want to take him for a trip. That'd be fun, right? Let's go.
Let's put this bird into space.
Ah, good. We're going to get a good view of it taking off. Might actually go out there and see if we can find somebody to kick ass with. Excuse me. This is not a child station. But yeah, see, this flies. The nimble on this is really, really good. The mobility is good. The speed is great. I can get just normal speed out of this thing. I can get like, what is that, 160, 165, and if I burst it, I get well over 500, almost 600 before it kicks out. And I don't even think I have the engine all the way up. Nope, I could probably even go faster. Yeah, top speed 185. So this thing cooks. It moves. But you can kind of see how sleek it is, and it does move pretty quick. Let's go ahead and see if we can jump here. See if we can find somebody to harass. Yes, I know I can't land in the ocean. I didn't particularly want to. I'll go over. There's a sensor contact over there. Let's go figure that out. I don't know if there's anything over there. Oh, there we go. Look at that. I love how it shows you like you're flying when you travel. It really shows off the ship. It's pretty cool. I've definitely got some debris here, but I don't think we have anybody to fight with. I'm not a great dogfighter, so probably wouldn't work well anyway. I'm going to go back to this other view. I just like this view better. It's not as, you don't have as big a window as you do in some of the other cockpits, but I do like the layout of this cockpit. So, one more try, see if we can, I know where I can go and always get into trouble. And that's over here at Serpentis. There's almost always Varun over here that want cause trouble. Let's hit this one. Okay, let's see if we can find anything here. I usually do in this star system. There we go. There's one. Varun. Does not take long. This guy's got quite a bit of firepower. There's level 14. And that's it. That's pretty much it. So, hardly took any damage. My shields are still at 100%. You know, didn't really have too much of a problem with that at all. Yep, I really do like this ship. I like the look of it. I think that it's very dramatic. It's got a lot of good styling to it, in my opinion. Now, everybody else may not like that, but I think it's kind of cool looking. And in its way, and it's got a lot of power. You can see, I brought you into the shipbuilder so you can kind of just see some of the statistics on this. It's Class C, obviously. Got heavy duty shields. The mass is almost 2,500. It's got max on your jump speed, holds a crew of 8, and it has 2,500. Well, I'm not sure. I think that's beefed based on my skill points, but shielded 640 capacity on this. Let's go into shipbuilder. You'll be able to see a little bit more. Cargo 2360, shield 1600, hull 1494. My mobility is at 100 with my top speed being 130. Well, we saw that was 185, so I don't know where that number comes from, but got a lot of heavy duty pieces on here. I have these Niffler 1750s. They're only a Class A, but their fire rate is better than some of the higher ones. And I can put 4 of these bad boys on. So, and then we've also got these, I got a couple of these 280C missile launchers. They're really good, especially long distance, 4,400 range. They do massive hull and shield damage. You're just waiting to kill something. And then these Riza 300s. This is the first time I really tried the pulse lasers, and I do like them. They're more close range, but it kicks butt. So I'm pretty happy with the layout on this and the styling, as well as the fact that it's like one floor. Everything's on one floor, but it still has plenty of space. And also just the maneuverability and how well it fights in a dogfight. So again, I wanted to thank you from my home base here on Hyla 2. And maybe sometime we'll have to tour that thing when it's not raining and storming and you can actually see. But thanks again for touring with me. Check out my other Starfield videos or any of the other videos. I love to build and design stuff, so that's a lot of what my videos are. But you take it easy, and I'm going to catch you on the flip side.